Yeah. Happy New Year. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Emos the Witness, and I'm back, y'all. Episode 11. Way One Media. 120 East Market Street. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Welcome back. Bring you a live, fresh, critical perspective. Yo, Malik, let's get down to it, my man. Let's get into it. I'm down here at 120 East Market Street. Way One Media. Hit me up. Emos the Witness, episode 11. Let's get some background music going, man. Let's get to the news. We had a very, very, very busy weekend. I want to get right down to it. Like I said, I'm here down at 120 East Market Street. You can catch me here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Way One Media. I'm down here with two of the hardest working men in media, Malik and Wyatt. Come on down here and get you a show. I mean, I think they're the hardest working. I think what I've seen thus far. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, you got two producers that can beat these cats. Come on down here to 120 East Market Street and set me straight. You know, we can play a little supermarket sweep. We can have them come around here and do sound checks. We can have them do little races, battle the uploads. We'll see who the best producers are in the city. I think I got two of the best right now working here at Way One Media, Malik and Wyatt. But you show me. If I lose, I lose. I'll come back next episode and tell you, hey, you know, give it up to Malik and Wyatt. Two of the used to be hardest working men in media. They lost to Jorge and Donald down the street. But either way, let's get down to it. Like I said, I want you to hit that subscribe button, like me on YouTube, and notification as well, for you can get updated on recent events, topics that I made throughout there in videos as well. You can catch me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Parler. Trying to spread my wings. Like I said, it's a very new show. There's a hot perspective politically from my angle, Emos the Witness. And again, I want to come to you from a perspective that we are all witnesses. And we're all witnessing this wild political climate we are seeing today. You know, if you've been disenchanted for the last 4 years or beyond, sick of politics, sick of the ranting, the double talk, the hypocrisy, let's get a new fresh angle. Let's let me be your guy. Let Emos lead you. Let's dig through these articles and these videos and these quotes from our social leaders, our political leaders in various industries, and let's hold them accountable. We're so frustrated. 2020's been hectic. So I come to you in the new year, ready to bring you some new analysis. Let's see if we can hold these leaders accountable. See if we can change them up a little bit. See if we can protect our Constitution. Now, my angle and my viewpoints aren't mainstream all the time, but that's not the point I'm trying to make, and that's not the aim of this show. The aim of this show is to not only enlighten you on various topics of news that we don't really get to hear every single day, but to dig deeper into the topics that we do hear and see where we're getting our information from and who's feeding us bullshit and who's in our corner. The corner of the American people. And then we're at a very, very climactic time in our society. We're at a point in time right now where we can go into what I consider a dark winter, like our current elected president has been claiming, Joe Biden. Or we can go into a more successful, prosperous future with our current president, Donald Trump. That's my viewpoint based on things that I've read and things that I analyzed over the years. I think that we're dealing with, two corrupt sides, but one is worse than the other. And we'll get into all that as we go through the various episodes. But like I said, hit that subscribe button, like me on YouTube. We're downtown, y'all. 120 East Market Street, Emos the Witness, episode 11, The F.I.L.L Show. Fuck I look like. That's what it stands for, y'all. We're tired of the nonsense, so let's get on down to the news. Monkey. Like I said, a few more things, though. Like I said, I do have a website coming. Like me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. EmosTheWitness.com is coming. You'll see a lot of editorials there, unique content perspectives from both mainstream and social and alternative media. But in the meantime, you can hit me up on a live chat on YouTube, and you can also hit me on my contact page at EmosTheWitness@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to hearing your suggestions, your thoughts, your rants, your point of views. But if you notice, I got this mask on because, hey, the world is dangerous. You got to protect the weak. A lot of people out here don't like if you don't go with the with mainstream, if you don't go with the flow, with the sheeple, sometimes you can get a little bit of pushback from society. So, until I roll out and be kind of, I got to be a little deliberate on how I do things. So, You'll see me with this mask on going forward. I don't know if it works, but hey, some people see me, some people don't. How you do it? I feel better. Shit, I can talk how I want to talk. See me cussing? Well, anyway, I really want to get to the news, but just some things I'm gonna get off my chest. You know, like I said, we left 2020. I'm glad that we are out of 2020. We're in 2021 now. The sun is out. It's January the 4th. We have a lot of key pivotal dates coming up regarding the election. Got a certification coming up. But there's some shit I want to leave in 2020. And, my man Malik hit me up with the, what was that, not safe for work? Was that last week, that bullshit? That Justin Bieber, not safe for work? That's a new thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a new thing, but yeah, NSFW's not safe for work.
Okay, so the youngins are using not safe for these various, I guess, what the acronyms? I call them acronyms. I don't even know if y'all call them acronyms. These
yeah, that's an acronym, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they had a new word for acronym or not. I don't know if motherfuckers using. But anyway, let's see if we can. I like not safe for work. That's cool. But there's some shit that I want to see if we can leave in 2021. Like, can we leave the phrase, say it louder for the people in the back? Fuck that. Shut the fuck up with that shit. All the people in the front, shut the fuck up with that. You can stay in the front, just move to the side. And don't say that no more. Say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder for the XYCs in the back. No. The motherfuckers in the back ain't listening. Okay? When I was on the bus growing up, when I go to school, I used to go on the bus and I used to sit in the back. If a motherfucker stood up and said, hey, say it louder to the people in the back, I'm like, fuck you, mind your business. I'm asleep. It's 6 in the morning. I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm going away to school. I don't want to be here. So I'm tired of reading posts and people making nice comments. And there's always that one. Say it louder for the people in the back. Don't speak for me, bitch. You take it in the front and you just deal with it yourself. However you feel. Facts. Let's leave facts into 2020. Okay? If someone says something, please don't say facts after that. Okay? I don't even have nothing for that to say. I have no rebuttal. Just don't say the word facts. What if it's false? What if I'm sitting next to the person who said it and you say facts and I just wanted to say false just right there, but you jumped in front of me and said facts? Let's stop that in 2020. Let's stop that shit. Period motherfucking dot. I thought that was left in 2019. Motherfuckers be saying period. Like, okay, I guess I'm using a sentence. Let me see. I don't want to go to old girl's party. Her breath stink. Period. Dot. Like, why you put that dot there? Isn't the period already the dot? So are you putting 2 dots? Are you saying that you want to go to the party dot? Are you gonna say some more shit? Leave that shit in 2019, America. And let's leave one more thing in 2019. Or 2020. The letter K. When I text your punk ass and you can't put the O next to the fucking K, motherfucker, what the fuck? You put a big ass K. Hey man, I'll be there in 10 minutes. K. That's what I hear. I hear K. That's what, look, just don't say K. I may not pick your ass up. You be waiting on my ass. I'm just gonna sit right there. I'm gonna go do something else. Hey man, I'm on my way to pick you up. K. Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. Let me move on, man. I'm a little emotional this morning because I'm just so happy to be out of 2020. So I'm trying to clean up all the 2020 garbage. And that was the last little bit of waste right there, y'all. So, let me catch my breath because I'm still trying to lose weight, and let's get into it. So let me give you a little COVID update. I'm going to give you a little election update, and then we're going to give you a little stimulus update, and then we're going to hit you with a nice little video that I found hilarious this morning, and we're going to let you guys get on your way and start your week off in your 2021. To a nice healthy start. So, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Like me on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Parler. I got a website coming out pretty soon. I am downtown. Emos the Witness, episode 11, The F.I.L.L. Show. Fuck I look like. 120 East Market Street. So yeah, I want to get into a couple articles here. Let's see what Donald Trump, let's see what the president's talking about real quick in early morning tweets, or early afternoon Monday tweets. Our 45th president, will he be our 46th? We don't know yet, but he's still bound that election, you guys. So I'll give you guys a couple of tweets that he had made over the weekend and this morning. How can you certify an election when the numbers being certified are verifiably wrong? You will see the real numbers tonight during my speech, but especially on January 6th. As Senator Tom Cotton, Republicans have pluses and minuses, but one thing is sure, they never forget. And that's true. Republicans have pluses and minuses as both sides of parties do, but at the same time, that's what this show's about. We're gonna separate the leaders in each side, each party, and we're gonna find out who is on our side, who's not. And Donald Trump points this out in his tweet right here that we have pluses and minuses, but one thing's for sure, they don't forget. In this election, there's fraud. Now, one thing for sure, we're gonna overturn this election, or we're going to document history on what happened. We're gonna fix these irregularities because, like I said, it's not about the leaders right now. It's about protecting the Constitution and our voting rights. So, and I'm going to have some information, some very sobering stats pretty soon to show you and recite to you guys. It's going to show you what the current pulse of the American people are regarding the electoral race. Another tweet from President Trump said, "We've seen the last few months unprecedented amounts of voter fraud. We are not acting to thwart the democratic process. We are acting to protect it." That's your recent tweets from your president of the United States. But I want to get some general news. Not general news, but actually this is about China. I've been on you guys about China. I've been I don't want to sound like this. Every day I'm on the show doing a tirade about this country, but this country is a real threat, America. And I'm not talking about the American people. I'm not talking about the Chinese people. I love all people. I really do, all nationalities. But this country is on a path of take over the world, like on some Pinky in the Brain shit. Like they know little Pinky. You remember Pinky in the Brain? All right, here we go. Why? You know about Pinky in the Brain, man? You ever heard about that cartoon? Animaniacs?
I'm Malik, but
I'm sorry, Malik.
But I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
Okay. We're good. We're bridging the gap. Animaniacs was a show I used to always watch, man. A cartoon. But anyway, they had a little segment called Pinky in the Brain. Little mice trying to take over the world. That's what China's trying to do. Y'all are trying to do some Pinky in the Brain nefariousness, and they start with this virus. But anyway, this article is China getting away with it in 2020. I mean, this article is talking about everything from censorship to what they've done in COVID. Let's just get a couple of snippets from. This is actually from the National Review. China citizen journalist Zhang Zhan to 4 years in prison for the crime of being an early challenger to the government's COVID-19 narrative. It is also imprisoned most of Hong Kong 12, which is a group of activists who tried to escape from Hong Kong to Taiwan on a speedboat. Now, the thing about this, also, we're looking about the Uyghurs and what they're doing. Things have been doing in various parts of their own country as far as suppressing their own people and actually rumors surrounding them up and sending them away, not knowing where they're going. And this is a country that's been. Anyway, let me keep reading. China broke its treaty with the United Kingdom over Hong Kong this year and destroyed the system of common law liberty that existed in that island redoubt. It engaged in a cover-up of the emerging coronavirus pandemic in Wuhan, and along the way, it suborned the World Health Organization, forbade foreign health investigators from doing on-the-ground work, lobbied against the inclusion of Taiwanese health authorities in discussions of the emergency, disappeared whistleblowers, and continued sending flights aboard from Wuhan when they had canceled them domestically. You guys remember that? You remember when they canceled all domestic flights, but they let everybody still spread out? You know what I'm saying? Just fly all across the world, just dropping off dimes of COVID to people. And we're still dealing with this today. When are we going to hold this country accountable? Is that the truth? I mean, everything that I've read I've read all kind of stuff, but finally you got to hammer it down to either, what they talk about some bats. They said it happened in Wuhan in a lab. They said it happened in a textile garment factory in Italy. And then it went back to China. But either way, like our president stated, that no matter what you tell us, it came from China. They are the responsible party. And right now they're getting away with it. I mean, look at what they're doing economically. Look what they're doing industrially. I think that they are currently, this is a trade war, y'all. This is a battle. A war is a war, no matter how you look at it. It's all about who's gonna play the dirtiest. Who's gonna play to win. pull out all the stakes, all the bells and whistles. And I just think China, they did the same thing by releasing a virus on the world. That was their trade war weapon. So I'm like 95% ready to claim China as the 2020 trade war champs. They played a hell of a game, man. I think your boy. Shit, I think what President Xi, whatever his name is, I think he had about 55 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists last night. I mean, he's been killing. He's been killing. But yeah, I give it up to China for what they've been able to accomplish so far. But I can't give them the title yet because I think there's a 5% chance that your president Trump will rise back up and keep battling. And if he maintains his hold in office. He's the only leader, his administration is the only government source that has been holding this country accountable for their behavior. I mean, this COVID alone is a problem. I'm here to talk about COVID, but these articles sometimes gets me to jumping on talking about China because they are a threat. And as a country, as a capitalist, as a supporter of capitalism, I want to see us compete with countries on a fair playing ground. And China has not shown the ability to do that over the years since they've been open. So they opened up China policy back during President Nixon's administration. So they need to show us something. They can't just and we earn the right to be skeptical. And I'm afraid that a Biden administration will not hold them accountable. Will actually be more corrupt than ever, and just give up the whole kitchen sink. And we don't need that in this day and age. America is a strong, independent country, and we need our freedoms, and we need to protect our freedoms. And that's why I have this show, you guys, so we can expose truth to power. But anyway, let's move on. We'll keep our eye on China. Let's talk about the pandemic further. Let's talk about who won the pandemic. Who are the workers who won and lost during the pandemic? That's pretty interesting. 2020 and this COVID has brought a lot of sadness, a lot of bad news, a lot of just stoic moods in the world, in America. But has there been any winners or any losers as far as a lot of jobs have been lost, a lot of industry sectors have been dismantled and been destroyed. But according to this survey on Yahoo Finance, it's very interesting. Let me find a couple of snippets here. Now, of course, the coronavirus has decimated the elderly populations while largely sparing children. The U.S. GDP plunged in the sharpest rate ever, while the stock market posted record highs. Now, we have data confirming another way that we're really not at all. Now we have data confirming another way that we're really not at all in this together. A new survey of American adults by the Harris Poll, in collaboration with Kumanu, a well-being technology company, revealed who's entering 2021 doing better or worse, financially, mentally, physically, and existentially. Do you see that? Do you see that fucking word, Malik? Existentially. Man, I can't speak today. Anyway, by 13 job sectors. There are two big surprises to us. First, how many working Americans say they are doing better today across the board than they were before COVID-19 erupted in the U.S. 9 months ago? They include teachers and others in education, despite how fundamentally their jobs were changed by remote learning. The second, how much worse most essential workers feel. Those in food and hospitality suffered by all four measures as expected, but so did those in another handful of sectors, including public services, which takes in police and firefighters. And while they saw more purpose in their work, those in healthcare say both their mental and physical health worsened during the pandemic, along with their financial position. So yeah, you see police, firefighters, and teachers, their health and physical stature worsened due to the pandemic. So that's one loss of the industry. There's one thing our poll substantiates that probably shouldn't surprise anyone. It's a great time to be an investment banker or a techie. And pity the poor consultants that also lost, stuck at home, penning for a FaceTime with their clients. And we know about that FaceTime home remote learning has been kind of a challenge. We weren't ready for that remote learning. A lot of kids have been suffering and still suffering in education. But a lot of states are opening back up. A lot of schools have reopened. We just gotta get those swing states open, right? We gotta get those restaurants and bars at least halfway open in those swing states, right? Why are those swing states holding back so long? Is that why our economy is bad in some areas? Is that why the jobless rate is high in some areas? Is it because of political reasons? Are some of these swing states deliberately holding back because they want to restore power, they want to obtain power, trying to get Trump out of office by any means? See, they know. I can jump around if I want to. They know that this election is not all the way in their hands, so they have to constantly keep campaigning and constantly keep making the president look bad indirectly. And this is a tactic. This is what they've been doing for the last few years. We're ready to open up. Okay, we got vaccines. You got to think about this. We've been saying wear a mask for months now, for the whole year. We've been saying 6 feet apart. We've been saying protect the elderly. We've been saying we have vaccines coming, right? We've been saying all these things. The numbers keep rising. The deaths keep rising. We see those numbers every day. So these guidelines we've been using, have they been working? It doesn't appear to be. I mean, the numbers keep increasing. It makes us feel good to have these masks on, to do 6 feet apart when we're in society. And we should continue to do those things. No different, continue to wash your hands, stay vigilant, eat the right fruits and veggies, exercise. But we know, I mean, you're looking at it. We've been doing these guidelines, and the numbers have not changed. Okay, we have a vaccine out. Okay, the remedy cannot be worse than the cure. Did I say that right? I hope I did. But the fact of the matter is, we need to keep working. We need to open up. Because, I mean, obviously these guidelines haven't been working. The numbers keep rising. Let's stay vigilant. Let's get this country back rolling again. Let's stay vigilant. Let's take our vaccines, and let's do what we got to do. But to sit here and try it as a status quo, it doesn't make any sense if the numbers keep rising, the death toll keeps rising. We got to try something else. And that makes me lead me to this, leading to this Indonesia article. I'm gonna go up to this Indonesia article, Malik, where it says why Indonesia is vaccinating its working population first and not the elderly. Maybe we should try this tactic. Maybe we should be trying this, you guys, because at the same time, we've been trying where right now we have the vaccine out here from Pfizer and Moderna, and we're, of course, vaccinating the essential workers and the elderly first, and then we're gonna roll all down to the American public and the general population. But hey, at the same time, why don't we try this tactic by Indonesia? So I'm going to put this article up here, and let's just read it here. I have it up here on my screen here too. Why Indonesia is vaccinating its working population first and not the elderly. Yeah, as Indonesia prepares to begin mass inoculations of COVID-19, it plans to prioritize working age adults over the elderly, aiming to reach herd immunity faster and revive the economy. Will be closely watched by other countries. Several countries, such as the United States and Britain, they have already begun vaccinations, are giving priority to elderly people who are more vulnerable to the respiratory disease. The following are experts' views on merits and risks of the Indonesian approach under which working age adults will be vaccinated after frontline healthcare workers and public servants. Now, why are 18 and 59-year-olds first? Indonesia, which plans to begin mass inoculations with a vaccine developed by China's Sinovac Biotech, says it does not have enough data yet the vaccine's efficacy on elderly people, as clinical trials underway in the country involves people ages 18 and 59. Now, see, this lady says we're not bucking the trend, says CT Nadia Tamizi, a senior health official, adding authorities would await recommendations from the country's drug regulators to decide on vaccination plans for the elderly. Now, I think this actually is a great idea. Hopefully we'll see, we'll find out, what happens with this, and then hopefully it becomes positive. But what they're saying is they're going to actually vaccinate the young adults 18 and 59 first to speed up the herd, the herd immunity. So we want to speed that up, which actually leads to a suppression of the virus, right? So hopefully we can try this. Hopefully you'll try this tactic, going forward. But if you notice, there's a lot of competition going on. You can read between the lines. You can see that they have the China vaccine. Britain and the United States are using the Pfizer vaccine, which is let me see. Let's read this. While Britain and the United States began immunizations with a shot developed by Pfizer and its partner BioNTech, it showed it works well in peoples of all ages. Indonesia has initial access only to the Sinovac vaccine, so they don't have access to our vaccine, and they won't get it to the third quarter of the year. So not only that, there's a competition on who has the best vaccine. Shipments of the Pfizer vaccine in the country are expected to begin from the third quarter, while a vaccine developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University will start being distributed in the second quarter. So that's good. I mean, we have more vaccines coming out. You see a lot more countries competing for your healthcare needs and healthcare services. It's all about that dollar. It's all about that politics. It's all about leading the country. Is it really about our health? End of the day, are these numbers really real? I mean, people are questioning all this stuff. Do they have a right to? They have a right to, like I told you in the previous episodes. The way the scientists, Dr. Fauci, the way the leaders from Trump on down, his team, everyone is responsible for the messaging of this virus over the years. Everybody had their head up their asses, not just the leadership, okay? So, hey, everybody's at fault when it comes to this. So when we see articles like this, when we see Indonesia taking a step and changing their direction, we need to look into it and see what can we do as a country. Maybe we need to apply this going forward. So that's your COVID update, you guys. I wanted to kind of get you touch base on that. Like I said, we do have that strong strain. We have that new strain that came from England has now reached the United States. White House Operation Warp Speed chief says that the coronavirus variant should be under control with these new vaccinations. So hopefully this new variant, this is harder strain, will actually be covered in this new vaccine that we have from Pfizer and Moderna, and we won't have to worry about any additional, rise in deaths and cases as a result. But like I said, the numbers haven't changed, right? So hopefully this vaccine and these therapeutics will start prevent a lot of prevention going forward. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, let's get into the election, guys. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but at the same time, I want to get into the election because there's a lot of craziness going on. Like I said, January 6th is the big date for the senatorial race coming up on the 5th. That's tomorrow. Man, and what you're starting to see people pick sides. You're starting to see on the Republican side, you're starting to see not only the division, you're starting to see a clear line being drawn between who are the establishment Republicans, and then who are the young guns, the Paul Reveres, those ancestors that are trying to fight back and fight against the, corruption, and they're trying to protect voter integrity and the Constitution. So you're starting to see those battle lines drawn. I have a few articles to show you that. However, let's go into the Georgia Senate runoff race and let's give an update on what's going on in that race. Because like I said, tomorrow is a big day. We have early voting. Again, this is between two Senate runoff races that have high implications for the future. Who controls the levers of power? Will the Democrats control the Senate, the House, and the executive office? These two races will determine that. The Republican Party has to win one race in order to keep control of the Senate. And I think that's very important. We need to have our checks and balances, you guys. So the first race between Senator David Perdue and Democrat John Ossoff as of January 4th. Ossoff leads 49.3% to Senator David Perdue's 47.9%. Okay, that's early voting. In the race with Senator Kelly Loeffler and Democratic Raphael Warnock, special election currently, as of today, Warnock leads 49.6% to Loeffler's 47.6%. So there's a 2% lead by both Democrats currently. Woo! Man, it's about to be crazy. There's so much at stake, you guys, in this race. So hey, we'll see. We'll keep tabs on what's going on in this race. As you know, President Trump is heading down today to campaign. I have a different analysis on some of that. I don't know if he really wants them to win. I don't know if President Trump really. I think he's kind of going back and forth on how much support he provides in these two races, because I think he's highly disturbed at the level of support that he's received from his Republican fellow party. He's boosted that party up since he's been there for 4 years, and he needs help disputing this election results and voter integrity, and he's barely getting the help he needs from all Republicans. He needs help from all of them, and he's not really getting it. He's getting a lot of pushback, and like I said, you're starting to see a lot of battle lines drawn. That if you look locally, this article from Senator Mike Braun. Well, actually, before I get to that, I want to kind of keep on the Georgia race and actually play you this video I thought was very disturbing. Regarding Stacey Abrams. You guys know who Stacey Abrams is? She ran for governor of Georgia recently. A few years back, or back in 2016, and she lost and to Governor Kemp. And I think she's just kind of she's never conceded that. But they want Trump to concede, but she never conceded it. She's always claimed that she should be the winner, and she was cheated. But she's been behind this whole voting campaign in Georgia, and she's been very, very corrupt. And this is a little snippet of her and how much power she actually recently gave to her sister, who is currently a judge in Georgia. And it's just amazing how the hypocrisy is at an all-time high. So let's play this video real quick.
Mentioned in the introduction the hearing on fraud that took place in Georgia today, evidence of fraud. You had witnesses who said state officials and Dominion officials were pressuring them to accept and certify the results, even though they felt that was wrong. How concerned are you that this will continue through and including next Tuesday's vital runoff election in Georgia?
Let me tell you, the biggest concern I've had and my heartburn has been the Secretary of State, Raffensperger, going and doing a backroom deal with Stacey Abrams that created this quagmire from the start. There's a dead cat on the end of this line, and it stings. He usurped the authority of the members of the Georgia General Assembly. It's our constitutional authority where we're the ones who set policy, or I should say, establish what the law is around elections and the election process. And so by him doing that in a clandestine way with Stacey Abrams, that created this. Secondly, as a state legislator, free, fair, and transparency is what the people of Georgia, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, that's what they deserve. That's what we want. That's part of our democracy. When I see that interfered with, that strikes distrust in the American people and certainly in Georgia. I will say this. I was pushing for a special session for our governor so we can come back and really let the people who are responsible for state laws get involved. These hearings are important. However, those hearings can't change anything in terms of policy. That's why I hope the upcoming Georgia General Assembly, the top of the line, the first order of business is to address this election fraud, the irregularities that have been created because of what the Secretary of State did and what Stacey Abrams has done. And so I'm hopeful, and I believe they will address this issue.
Man, I'll tell you, that's a good thing. I mean, like I said, you're seeing now, like I said, battle lines being drawn. You're seeing leaders stepping up and saying, you know what, the heck with what the governor is trying to tell us, the heck with what the Supreme Court, the lower courts are doing, rejecting lawsuits, without any kind of real review or based on semantics. We're going to do what we can to get our voices heard and to get a fair review of the electoral process on a state level and on a federal level. That's what's going on right now. January 5th and January 6th are some pivotal key dates. Today, Monday, the new Congress has been sworn in. The new Congress has been sworn into office. So, you've seen a lot of changes going on at the beginning of the year. And so you're starting to see a lot of leaders step up. You're starting to see a lot of battle lines being drawn, and you're starting to see things come to a head. And as you guys know, that the Republican senators in the House and the Senate are currently planning to contest the electoral certification of the votes starting tomorrow. You have about 130 Republicans, I believe, roughly, who's going to step up to the plate and have their voices be heard. But like I said, you have the battle lines being drawn, and one of those is locally is Mike Braun, current senator from Indiana. If you look at his, he has a few quotes up there. Here's an article here from WRTV. Senator Mike Braun, and other GOP senators say they will reject the election results. Indiana Senator Mike Braun and 10 other Republican senators and senator-elects announced they will reject electors from disputed states, calling for a commission to conduct an emergency 10-day audit of the election returns in those states, and for the states to call a special legislative session to certify their vote in a manner consistent with the findings of the commission's audit. See that? So we have senators calling for those swing states to do their own legislative session. Not only that, we want a federal commission to do a 10-day audit on the election returns. Now, if they get that, they won't dispute the results. You see what I'm saying? They'll go ahead and let the certification proceed, but we want a real audit. Now, a real audit is going to expose all kind of shit. A real audit is going to do a lot. Now, let's not forget that we have that 4-year mandate for the Russian investigation that's going to continue during the next 4 years, regardless. It's a mandate. It's not going anywhere. You couple that with a full commission. You couple that with the states doing a special legislative session in those swing states. You do those things, it's going to expose a lot. It's going to expose a whole lot, and I think that alone will overturn the election. If you don't have that, what you will have at the least will be 4 years of investigations. 4 years of Hunter Biden, Chinese corruption, the Ukraine issue, the Clinton emails will still be around, hovering around, the Russian investigation, how that was a hoax. All that's gonna come out, man. All that. It's gonna be. Well, see, it depends, right? It depends on what media you hear, what you get from social media, or alternative or mainstream. Where you getting your news from? Who's feeding you shit? How are you receiving it? I'm Emos the Witness. F.I.L.L. Show, episode 11. Downtown 120 East Market Street. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Catch me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday live, 10 to 11 a.m. I'm your new host, giving you a fresh political perspective. You know, it's only episode 11. We're getting warmed up. We will get better. We will get tuned up like a well-oiled machine, and we'll bring you hot analysis from all over the world, various topics, and we'll dig deep into various topics. I got another. Well, like I said, I can't go into too deep because we don't have a lot of time right now. But like I said, the battle lines are being drawn. Mike Braun has said that he supports a special legislative session. He supports a commission, and he's going to dispute from those disputed states. He's gonna dispute the electors, and hopefully, you know, we see some American historical shit go down on January 6th, you guys. I'm saying it's gonna be amazing, and if it's not gonna be amazing on that day, it's gonna be amazing 4 years. So I don't want you guys to get too concerned. You know, I am concerned about the senatorial race in Georgia, though. But at the same time, when you hear numbers like this, this is per Monmouth University poll taken back in November. Now, only 44% of the American people say they were confident in the election. That's less than half. You hear that? 44% of Americans, this is per Monmouth University, said that 44% of Americans were very confident in the election. 16% were somewhat confident, 9% not too confident, 29% not confident at all. So that's well over 50% of the American people total not confident in the election of 2020. That doesn't bode well for Democrats going into power with that kind of climate, right? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And now they want to impeach President. They want to threaten to impeach President Trump again because he spoke to the Secretary of State of Georgia about needing some 11,000 votes or something. Look, that's just nonsense. That's a lot of political talk. I mean, he's defended himself, you know. What about these 1,000 sworn affidavits? What about the Peter Navarro report? Huh? What about the Supreme Court and lower courts refusing to hear cases? You gotta fight, and that's what he's doing. And every time he fights, you hear, oh, we need to impeach. Per our experts, he's wrong. Fact checking, right and left. This is the most vetted president I've ever witnessed in my whole life. Vetted. Before and after. During. Investigations. Stormy Daniels. Michael Avenatti. George Papadopoulos. Y'all remember all this stuff, man? Robert Mueller. $20 million wasted. Find no evidence. Russian bots. Facebook ads. Still no evidence of Facebook ads even swayed the election. That's all they have. We spent all these years on that. And now we're going to spend years investigating Biden. That's how it goes, you guys. Leverage of power. Emos to Witness, episode 11. F.I.L.L. show, Fuck I Look Like. Come on down here, 120 East Market Street. Come get you a show. Wave 1 Media. Hit that like button. Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Find me on Parler. YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Emos to Witness. Here you guys every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. All right, I'm about to close this out, but let me give you a little stimulus update. But like I said, let's keep an eye on these next couple of days, you guys. January the 4th, 5th, and the 6th. Okay, we got the Georgia runoff race on tomorrow, and we have the certification of the electoral results in Congress on the 6th. And it's gonna be a lot of fireworks and a lot of raging speeches. And I guess one way or the other, the Republicans are not going to give up. You know, they're going to keep fighting. They're going to find a way to get an investigation going. So, you know, we'll keep you posted on that. Like I said, a few more small articles about battle lines being drawn. Now, of course, you got President Trump's lawyer, Lynn Wood. Now, there's some people say he kind of went crazy with these tweets over the weekend. But yeah, I just think, like I said, hey, tomorrow is the day, and the 6th is the day, D-Day. This is war. So you gotta let all the marbles out, all the stops. You gotta put everything out, get in your bag. And so look what he said over the weekend, man. This is January 1st by Lynn Wood. This is President Trump's lawyer battling these election results. For 2 months, we have focused on accusing the Democrats of attempting to steal the 2020 election for Biden. We focus on the president of foreign countries. 2, we have also learned that the globalists like George Soros and the elitists like Bill Gates were involved. CIA too. No surprise, the military-industrial complex. It all seems so clear we overlooked one of the main participants in the theft of the election. The Republicans. Damn, that was from Lynn Wood, the president's own lawyer fighting the election. See, it's not always Republican. It's not always Republican and Democrats. There's some lines there. There's you got to go in between the lines. There's leaders in both sides that are corrupt, that are that are playing different, playing both sides. And Lynn Wood is exposing that, you guys. Number 3, these groups aspire to the goals of communism. A ruling elite and an oppressed class of people who exist to serve those in power. When arrests for treason begin, put Chief Justice John Roberts, Vice President Mike Pence, and Vice and Mitch McConnell at the top of the list. That's from Lynn Wood. And think about this, is like a movie. What if President Trump does win re-election? You're not going to need more Mike Pence. I mean, with a tweet like this, will you think Mike Pence is going to be your next VP if this happens? John Roberts, we've been knowing he's deep state. We've been knowing he's not Republicans in sheep clothing or wolf clothing, whatever. And Mitch McConnell, he plays politics and he plays it very well. He's a very political chess master, and sometimes sometimes I think he makes the right decisions. I think he does what's responsible sometimes overall. Like I with the American people and financially, I think he does make the right decision at times. But at sometimes we get these key moments in politics. You see people's cards, you see their full hand, and we see where Mitch McConnell lies currently per Lynn Wood. So yeah, we see battle lines being drawn. It's being good. This is made for TV shit. Okay, look, this Mike Pence now. After that tweet, January 2nd. Here's an article from Yahoo News about Mike Pence. Mike Pence welcomes GOP efforts to disrupt voters' choice for president. Now, a lot of people are upset, like Linwood, that Vice President Mike Pence has not been vocal enough on fighting the election results, and he's in charge of the special session coming up on the 6th to certify the electoral results. And since Linwood gave him an ass kicking yesterday on the 2nd, he comes back and says, "Hey, I welcome this. I welcome the efforts. Let's do this." So we see that per his spokesperson. Let's read this. Mike Pence, chief of staff, issued a statement Saturday saying that the vice president welcomes efforts by Republican House and Senate members to challenge voters' choice for president. Pence urged Republicans to use the authority they have under the law to raise objections and bring forward evidence supporting baseless claims of voter fraud and irregularities. Per Axios, Jonathan Swan, he shares a couple tweets. Now, Yahoo adds that no evidence of voter fraud or irregularities has been presented. Nearly 60 court cases filed against November's elections have failed. Now, see, that's a general statement because we know that these results in courts have failed. We also know that that President Trump is like 0-40 in cases that he's brought to courts regarding the election, and I guess the American people are 0-20 because you do have American people that also present their own lawsuits, and they've all been rejected. Is that amazing? And you also have 1,000 sworn affidavits. It doesn't correlate, and then you also have statistical anomalies. You have Dominion voting machines. You mean you tell me you can't look at one case? Not one case. Now the Supreme Court is under the guise or decision, or their point of view is it should be handled by the lower courts. But these lower courts in these swing states, they have biased judges, and I point that out. I pointed that out to you. What happened in Wisconsin? Okay, like a few shows back. So there's no wiggle room. There's no way. The administration or the campaign has been trying various ways to fight these claims and get these claims out to the American people and get them reviewed fairly in courts, and they haven't. So now they're taking it to Congress on the 6th. We're gonna see some fireworks, you guys. I'm looking forward to it. Keep you posted. So yeah, battle lines are being drawn, and here goes some of the establishment Republicans kind of speaking out now, kind of trying to. Boy, here goes Paul Ryan for Yahoo, USA Today. Paul Ryan excoriates planned GOP efforts to challenge Biden's electoral college win as anti-democratic and anti-conservative. No, this is about liberty. Let's go back to Trump's tweet. Just told you what Trump said. We are not acting to thwart the democratic process. We are acting to protect it. And that's how I feel. We are here to protect. What's wrong looking into this thoroughly? We look into it thoroughly. If Biden is your leader, then hey, we accept that. But when you have over 50% of American people, like I told you, for that Monmouth poll, they're not feeling too good about the election results. Something happened, motherfucker. Something happened. And so we have Paul Ryan telling you, hey, it's anti-democratic to look into this? Who are you? Who the hell are you? The next article, here goes Fat Boy Christie. Chris Christie says GOP lawmakers' objection to electoral college certification will go nowhere. Why be so dismissive? Why not support it? Let it not go nowhere. But at least let us look into it. So now there's no choice but to go through the certification and dispute these things through the process. And it's all legal. There's no attempt to circumvent the Constitution and the laws that we have on the books. This is illegal. Trump since the 4th has been going through a legal process, step by step, properly, and now it's led us to this point. So we're gonna see what happens, you guys, on the 6th, and the 5th, but the 6th is key on some straight American history and Paul Revere shit. So we're gonna keep our eyes on that. And lastly, I just want to kind of give you guys an update on the stimulus. As you guys know, we got our people been getting their stimulus money lately. A lot of deposits have been going through the last couple of days. We're supposed to see a few more transactions today. But as far as regarding $2,000 checks, they had to be approved by the House. They got approved by the House, and it got stuck in the Senate over the weekend. On Monday, over the weekend, the House approved $2,000 stimulus checks for by a vote margin of 275 to 134. Throughout the last week, the Democrats tried to bring up the bill in the Senate. It was rejected 4 different occasions by Senator McConnell, Thune, Toomey, and Cornyn. They blocked all attempts to bring that bill to the House floor for a vote regarding an increase to $2,000. Now, the whole goal of the Senate this last week was to override the defense bill. And they were successful. And then after that vote was cast and they were successful at that, overriding that veto from the president, we never saw that bill for $2,000 hit the floor again over the weekend. So that was a priority. Like I told you, it was never about the $2,000 payments, about that defense bill. They got what they wanted. So as I mentioned before, the newly elected Congress will be sworn in today. And once that happens, the House bill that was approved for $2,000 will no longer be valid. It would have to be resent to the House as a new bill. So that's where we currently stand with that $2,000 increase. It may not happen. The only way it can happen if the new Congress submits a new bill. As you know, Republicans gained seats in the House, and per Senator Lindsey Graham, that could help bring more support for a bill in the future for $2,000. But right now, it looks like the bill is pretty much dead at this point. So you got $600, and you got PPP, and let's just move on, right? So that's how we are. So that's where we are with the stimulus, you guys. As a result, McConnell and Pelosi's house were vandalized over the weekend. Spray paint, pig's blood, and pig's head. It got pretty nasty. I don't think they were home, of course. They're probably out of town or something. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see what happens going forward with this stimulus, how it may revive the economy. But like I told you earlier, I just really feel that these swing states need to open up. And regarding COVID, we need to all stay vigilant and just kind of live our lives to the fullest. And we'll see a change in the economy. We'll see an increase in jobs. But we need to take care of our essential workers. We need to take care of those who are on the front lines. And sadly, that bill did not pertain anything for them. So maybe we'll see a bill next session in Congress that will support those causes, and maybe another stimulus if we need it. But like I said, we got to keep minding our fiscal responsibility and keep our country out of debt, or get out of debt globally, or we'll be beholden to the Chinese. So America, Emos to Witness, F.I.L.L show, about to wrap it up. Episode 11, Wave 1 Media. Catch me downtown, 120 East Market Street. Wave 1 Radio Media. Excuse me. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Like me on Facebook, Twitter, Parler, Instagram. Website coming soon. You're seeing a lot of fresh editorials, perspectives, analysis on that site. We're growing, y'all. We're all witnesses. Let's grow together. Let's find the truth. Let's dig deep. Let's hold these leaders accountable. So before I go, let me look at this video, man, that I found on social media, man. Just when you cut down a tree, just know what the hell you're doing. This is I don't even know where. Let's just take a look at this. Let's look at this. My man's going in, y'all. No glasses, no safety, nothing.
It's one of those times when you cut the tree so that it won't hurt your house somewhere around it.
Yeah.
You know, like in the case of Stones and the Lights.
What? Well, where's the rope? Isn't there supposed to be like a rope around the tree to kind of like pull it the other way, away from the houses? Like, you see all this shit, and I'm not an expert, but it's just so therapeutic
a guy is
to watch this.
A glowing vest doesn't mean he knows what he's doing.
They don't know what he's doing.
Boy,
You don't know.
this is
Exactly.
not gonna end good.
I feel hurt. Just because you wear a yellow vest don't mean you know what the hell you're doing. And you on a chainsaw. I get a chainsaw anywhere. But look at this. This is so therapeutic. You just sit here and just watch this for 2 minutes. You know what's going to happen. There's no surprises. You know this tree's going to fall somewhere. And just look at this. This is beautiful. People are watching.
No helmet, no
families
goggles,
looking.
No cones,
No advice.
And I can't really see if he has any protective chops on. What an absolute teaser.
That's a big tree, man. Look at that. Look at that. I would get a lawn chair. I would sit down with a coffee, and I would sit back and watch this. They would see me. They would see. I'll be right there. I'll sit on top of this. I'll be right there on top of that van, and I'll watch this. It's so peaceful. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. We're gonna just watch this. We already know what's gonna happen. We like to see things crash. We like to see We like to
Okay,
smash
is it
things.
just me or
see
if
things
the
blow
tree
up.
is clearly leaning
So on
much
a Monday,
more
let's
the side
just
of the
watch
house?
this tree just fall.
Like, shouldn't they be using a rope from the other
right
side
there on that
to
cabin.
pull it
Right
away
that
from
white
the house?
building. Just,
I
be
can't
so
see
beautiful.
what's in there now. And
why would you
yet
expect
again.
Why would you expect
Just
to fall the
because
other way?
someone's acting
No way.
confident does
We know
not
this
mean
video
that
what's
he
gonna
knows what
happen.
he's doing. Like,
We
how
know it's gonna
can
fall
you
right there,
not
that white
see
area of that building.
Such a big mistake you make.
For 2 minutes, we know that's what's gonna happen. It is beautiful to watch. No one's telling him that, hey man, you fucking up, man. Don't do this. You're doing the wrong thing. Nobody, no friends, no family. They want to see the bad news as well. What kind of friends are you? Look at that. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Boom. Isn't that therapeutic?
God, that's just sad.
To watch that shit happen, you knew what's gonna happen. Look at his
Imagine
buddies. Look at his
getting
buddies.
hurt
Yeah, we knew
while
that shit was gonna
taking
happen.
precautionary
We should have said
measures.
something to you.
That
But the
is
shit was just
tragic.
that's amazing. Look, laughing and shit. That's sad. What kind of friends is that? For 2 minutes, they sat there and watched that shit happen. Didn't say nothing. Had a beer in their hands. They pat them on the back. I would have cut all them bitches with my chainsaw. I would have turned around and slit all kind of stomach. That was kind of nasty. Okay, look, let me get up out of here, you guys. Emos to witness. Hope you have a great day. Great Tuesday. We'll be back on Wednesday, 10 o'clock, 11, live. Emos to witness, Wave 1 Media. F.I.L.L. Show, baby. Episode 11, we out.